Hello buddies! Today I will show you my Zariel tank build, which I use when I tank in Zariel. So let's start. First I use the Lion Guard Raid Helm because it gives critical strike and combat advantage and I need it. I use one Dark in the utility slot and the Bulwark of Brimstone hit points thing for more hit points. I use a Lion Guard Raid Blesspread for more hit points basically, and Radiant in defense and Elven Battle. I use another Dark in utility here, Lion Guard Raid Gauntlets. But you can use any other overload here, but the hit points overload is pretty important. And I use the Lionheart Glaive, and I don't use Celestial here because I find that Lionheart is better because it gives 10% damage reduction when the stamina is like low, which happen often when we fight like important stuff like the demons and the angel. You almost never have stamina basically. And I use demonics in offense and bronzewood because bronzewood is always good on tanks. Radiant in defense, demonics in offense. And I play with hit points and crit severity here, and Bracing Slash here because I use Bracing Slash quite a lot to regen my stamina in boss fights. I use a Fiend Forge Greaves, which gives me some power, and I put some hit points as modification and tactical. Tacticals are pretty nice to have too for healers to heal us because we have a lot of hit points. Play with two Journal, the Frozen and the Flayed for the hit points they give. And I play with the Apocalypse set, which not a lot of people have, but if you have this set, I think it's best in slot because it basically gives your team more damage, but if you don't, you can play with any other set or any other artifact, maybe a third book like the End Venom, or so you can play with a different neck and waist, but you can just pick anything basically. Gear wise, everything works at 980 item level. First you will gain more hit points and more stats overall, so you can also always pick any other colors and waste. So yeah, for the colors, use tactical and demonics and stamina regen for modification. The ring, I use the Tanner ring because it's pretty strong to reflect damage. Armor pen, accuracy, demonic, stamina regen. The new defense ring, 22k defense, 2.2% stamina regen, 8 points radiant in defense. Apocalypse set, radiant in defense, 2% incoming healing. Tenebrous, 1 Tenebrous, it's always good to have. Armor pen and combat advantage. The Infernal Forge Raid shirt. And hit points with the Infernal Forge Ward Trucers, defense and deflection. So those are the overall stats, 1.1 million hit points. If you play with another set you will gain more, so but that many hit points is like pretty great to tank Zariel. Yeah, I have all the caps except deflection, but I don't really care because anyway you only have 50% chance to deflect normally, so having 47% chance is, I don't think it's a big deal in my opinion. And I cannot really put some more deflection on here if I don't put any more darks in utility slots because I like to have some incoming healing. I have a bunch of armor of a combat advantage because of the mount changes. We gain a lot of other stats, and 131% crit severity, so that's a lot to do more damage, more aggro. More damage equals more aggro. And I play with Constitution and Charisma because Competent Influence is pretty great to meet the caps easier. So yeah, oh yeah, before I used the Wyvern knives as summoned because that's basically what the tanks use in Zariel. Most of the tanks must use Wyvern knives. That's why I use them there. You can take a screenshot. The build is pretty similar as any other build. You just use a threatening rush to do more aggro and bracing slash to regen your stamina, and iron warrior to decrease the damage taken, and you can use, oh, I forgot to put that because I always reroll some boons, so my builds kind of change. So you use phalanx to protect your team, and bladed rampart if you are in trouble, but most of the time you use phalanx. Yeah, combat superiority and vote of challenge and all of those feats. The boons, you can take a screenshot. It's pretty straightforward, like normal. Next, stronghold, critical severity, hit points, revive sickness, and PvP we don't care. Companion, I play with this little Chouette owlbear. It's pretty great because it gives what does it give? It gives additional accuracy, combat advantage, and armor pen. But you can use any other summon companion, like there's the bullet pop, but I use this one just to cap my stats basically. But any other augment is basically the same, it's just different stats it gives. I use Empowered in offense and 1 Enigmatic in offense, and 2 Enigmatic in offense, and 2 Enigmatic in defense for critical avoidance. Right now I don't really have my Enigmatic rank 15 and my Empowered rank 15, but you get the point. Just put more power. Potent Precision for more critical severity, but if you really want capped deflection, you can play with this thing. Chance on hit to increase your deflect by up to 2000, so you will gain a bit more deflect if you don't want potent precision. Play with hit points, hit points, hit points, hit points, hit points, just hit points, basically. But you can use the new companion from Milestone 1. I don't really have it, but you can also use that one. I will have it soon, don't worry. So for the mount, I like Fortitudes, gives a bunch of hit points and defense. And I just have 15 Fortitudes, and 1 Survivor's Blessing, 1 Champion's Return, 1 Barbarian Revelry, Oppressor Reprieve, and Gladiator's Guile. With the colors, what gives AP gain, movement speed, encounter powers, stamina gain, and rough AD. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, and I will show you my consumables. I play with Caprice, Wildstorm Elixir, Superior Flask of Potency, Invocation Blessing, and sometimes I play with Sambocade for more hit points, but I don't really have it right now. So those are the stats without the Sambocade. So yeah, that's my build for Zariel. If you don't have this Apocalypse set, it's understandable because not a lot of people have it, but it's also great to buff your team more. So yeah, and I play with 2 horns. So if you like this build, you can leave a like and subscribe if you want, and leave a comment if you have a question, and I will answer to the best of my capacity. So hope you like this, and see you in another build. Bye bye.